Shalom, first and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Makakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone that taught us this truth. Citation or Yakin, pushing this word day in and day out, doing this quick lesson on what I saw today. Of course, I was the only one that paid attention, being circumspect. Because, we living in a world full of darkness. Don't nobody care about nothing but going to work, coming home, making sure that bills are paid, right? Outside of the men of the Lord, don't nobody really care. So I'm out, at the gas station, and I believe I had to throw like a napkin in the trash. And when I go to the trash, I recognize this bug. I knew what it was, but I just needed confirmation from the AI, right? So I asked the AI, "What bug is this?" It says this is a spotted Lanternfly, all right, in its adult stage. It is an invasive meaning there's a lot of it. Insect originally from Asia, so what are the odds that these different pestilences or pandemics come from Asia, and now this spotted lanternfly is from Asia. Now spreading across parts of the U.S., mainly in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic region, which I live in the Mid-Atlantic, all right. The DMV, light brownish forewings or black spots, hind wings not visible here. About 1 inch long. When at rest, it has a distinctive appearance like in your photo. Why does it matter? Because the lanternflies are harmful to many crops and trees, especially grapevines, maples, black walnut, and tree of heaven, their preferred host. So they saying kill it if you see it or report it. I did none of the above. So I definitely didn't kill it because we want this famine to hit. We want to see the end of this system, this demonic system as we know it, man. All right, so Salaki, my phone keeps spinning. It says level of damage high. It feeds on over 70 plant species by sucking the sap from the stems and the leaves. And you can think of the sap, if I'm saying it correctly. So I'm pretty sure I'm on point. But through the spirit, you can think of the sap as the blood of the trees, man. Because trees actually have veins and shit. If when you uproot a tree or you dissect a tree, you actually see veins and shit, man. It says wilting, reduced growth, premature leaf drop, increased vulnerability to disease and other pests, man. All right, so they feed on fruit trees, apples and peaches and hardwoods and oh shit, that's a spirit, man. It says excretes secondary harm. Excretes a sticky substance called honeydew, which promotes sooty mold growth. Yeah, because lately I've been like wondering, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is up with all these molds on these trees, on the roots, the branches, and so forth? I'm seeing mold on trees. That's from these goddamn lanternflies, man. So let me ask the algorithm. Is sap the blood of the trees? So sap is a fluid transported through a tree's vascular system. It carries water, sugars, minerals, and nutrients between roots, leaves, and branches. All right. So it's compared to blood, man. All right, and these lanternflies are basically blood suckers of the trees, man. Because in the human body, blood carries the nutrients and shit like that, man. That's why they call it a pump when you work out, man. Because you got to access some blood flow into certain muscle groups, man. carrying nutrients, oxygen, and so forth, man. All right. So this lanternfly, man. I'm gonna put when did they arrive? That'll be the last question I asked the algorithm. Okay, so about 10 years ago, it allegedly arrived, man. You know, so started in Pennsylvania. Now they're throughout the Mid-Atlantic, upper Northeast region and stuff, man. All right, now they confirmed in Indiana, so they're getting close to the breadbasket of America, the Midwest, Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. All right, so they're saying it's from China, Vietnam, and India. So, hey, man, why is it a big deal? Because they spread quickly and quietly. Egg masses can be laid on cars, firewood, shipping containers. Ooh, so that's how they getting one place to the next, and even lawn furniture. That's why many states have quarantine zones to slow their spread. All right, so I think we got the gist of these lanternflies. So let's get some precepts. This is 2 Ezra 15:5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will send plagues upon the world. The sword, the ultimate sword of the missiles, but even that's Esau's blessing, man. These different devices and weaponry, these warfare weapons and shit. That's the sword, right? Famine, these lanternflies, if that's what they're called again. They sent to bring famine and death and destruction, man. So the Lord ain't playing, man. That's the spirit, because 2014, 2015, that's when I first joined the camp. So these lanternflies have been out, because I remember when they first came out, it was a big deal about them. And right now, that's why, you kill the trees. The trees, they deal with um, the oxygen system we use to breathe and shit. All right. Carbon dioxide, you know, all that stuff is just the Lord's creation, and this devil, since the earth is in mourning, man, the earth is decayed thereof, man. The earth is wasted, man. This is Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. Yeah, the earth is mourning. It's in pain right now, man. Of course, this chapter's going into the missiles, but even right now, before the missiles, man, see trees like leaning and shit. It's a common thing. Trees leaning. This devil Esau, he's cheap. These HOAs and shit, condo associations, they cheap. They don't want to cut the shit. But trees are leaning. About to collapse on motherfuckers' homes any day now, man. you know, that right storm, man. Getting ready to take a tree out. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The hardy purple of the earth do languish, man. So it's the time we living in, man. And the ultimate languishing will be in the thermonuclear fire, man. All right. But, you'll see how things play out in these last days, man. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant, man. All right, yeah, because these people are being wicked, man. Basically, black and Hispanic. I'm talking about our people, that is like black, Hispanic, Native Edomites, man. And Israelite foreigner Edomites is basically how they living, man. Scripture says I think the Lord is who he said it. He said, ye are of your father the devil. That's why these plagues are coming in, man. As a whirlwind, as a storm, man, as a tempest that you can't stop, because so-called, I mean, what they say, natural was that disasters, which they they are disasters and plagues and judgments sent by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. All right. So let me get this last piece up, man. This is Isaiah 14:7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. All right. Yeah, that's the kingdom, man. We ain't there yet, man. I mean, the wicked are still in authority, so the earth is being overworked, man. You know. Verse 8. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou lay down, no fellers come up against us here. And the feller, that's a man that chops down wood, trees and shit. So even the trees are gonna rejoice, man. There ain't gonna be no lanternflies in the kingdom fucking with trees. They're gonna be, if they are natural insects, you got a lot of GMO animals, GMO insects, and so forth. They're gonna be coming after the so-called white man Esau, man. The damn devil. Be fucking you up, and they're gonna be back in their full size too, man. All these insects you see, they're gonna be back to their full size, man. Size of a Volkswagen Beetle. Alright. So I'm gonna end it there, because hey, man, you got a lot to laugh at, a lot to rejoice at in the kingdom. Shalom.